And so basically, this is the world's best podcast that has ever existed in the world. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Colorless Oranges. Your favorite podcaster is Sydney Hyatt. Sydney, that girl. In this episode, we are talking pleasure and pain, pain and pleasure, pain versus pleasure, pleasure through pain. All of the ones above, okay? I don't like birch because it's like a childhood trauma thing when I was young. I used to go to like this daycare where my mom worked at. I think she worked there. It was like a family owned business or whatever. And I always wanted to hang out with my mom and they didn't let me. And so I would cry a lot. So I hate the smell of birch. It makes me want to cry every time I smell it. I gotta let it go. Anyways, I'm very excited to be here. I wanted to talk to you guys about so many things. I did pop a Zyrtec. Not sponsored, but I should let you know that I tried. My allergies are kicking my butt. I can barely sleep. My eyes are running all day long. It's as if I'm sad, but I'm really not because life is good. Life is great. I am having an exquisite time. This is what your unemployed friend is doing on a Tuesday. Yes, I am unemployed. Why? Because ain't nobody ever going to tie me down. Reason why nobody's going to tie me down is because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want. I was having a conversation with a friend of a friend's. And we were talking about like women oppression and stuff. I think I might have came off a little bit strong-minded, a little bit stubborn, a little bit Taurus-like, but I'm not a Taurus. I believe deeply in what I believe, right? Sure, you can try to change my mind, but most of the time I know what the hell I'm talking about. My thing is, if you want to do something, you're going to do it. A woman is going to do what she wants to do. And if what you want to do is lay down in bed, watch TV all day long, that's what you're going to do, babe. But if you want to be the president of the United States, what you are going to do is try as hard as you can. You're going to get out of your own way, have the willpower to get up and do what it is that you want to do. Nobody's stopping you but yourself. That's all. And I hope that was translated well. I can't sleep at night sometimes thinking about it, but it is what it is. If it isn't, it isn't. And I don't think I should have worn this yellow sweater to a park where there's bees because this bee keeps coming close to me and I don't want to be with you. Please, 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 please repel away from me. Oh my gosh, should I take the sweater off? Should I take the sweater off? He is roaming. This is always a bad idea. Every time I come outside and try to film, like I get sidetracked, but I'm really trying my hardest not to. Anyways, there's an orange car here that signifies that your oranges are full of color and you don't like it. Shout out to Frieza for coming up with that saying. I really like Nurture Your Void. Like it really is sufficient enough for my podcast. I feel it's exactly what I want you to know, but if you know, you know. My oranges are full and I don't like it. Shout out to my TikTok family. Anyways, pain and pleasure. This came to me because I don't know if any of you guys are Christian or Catholic. I don't know. But during the Lent season, which is 40 days, you are supposed to give something up. It symbolizes like, God. Well, not God, Jesus. And I mean, I guess they're synonymous with each other. Anyways, one, you're supposed to give something up, okay? That's just the basis of it. Give something up for 40 days. See where it takes you. See what it does for you. Okay. Around the 5-day mark, I was annoyed already. I was like, why didn't I choose something else? I was like, I'm going to do it, but like, I really don't know why I didn't choose anything else. I do know why I didn't choose anything else is because the day that it started on Wednesday, I had already done all the things that I would have normally given up. For example, hookah or liquor or pasta, something like that. But I had already done all of those things back to back to back on Wednesday. So I couldn't do that. The one thing that was left was something that really opened my mind and my brain. It was something that I don't necessarily think I have an attachment to because it's there. If it's not, it's not. But at the same time, it really, really helped me. So I understand now that the moment that my body craves a pleasure, for example, smoke a hookah, smoke a vape, go out for a drink, like a real pleasure, even sexual activities, right? If my family is watching this, please, I don't know. When my body is craving that, I've realized because of these 40 days, it was because I was experiencing some kind of pain in that moment. And in order to get rid of that pain, I wanted to do something that was pleasurable to get away from that pain. So if I was stressed out about something happening, it's like my brain wanted, oh, let's take a pull of the vape. Girl, how about we walk through? The only way to get rid of the pain is by going through the pain. There's no going around it or anything of that nature. You have to just go right through. So not being able to ease my pain with something pleasurable, I had to face on these things. And I feel like I'm a person that whatever happens to me, I'm going to find a solution to fix it and make it go away as quickly as possible. I don't dwell. If it's something that has to happen, I don't really necessarily always see it as something bad. I just see it as, okay, this is something that has to get done. This is what the universe wants from me. This is what I'm told to do. So this is what I'm going to do. If it's not comforting, it might be the hard truth, but it might be something I need in the long run. I never see it as a bad thing. But the uncomfortableness in that, in those 5 minutes, let's say you ask somebody, can you help me with this? And they say no, that uncomfortable moment, right then and there, my body's like, okay, can we do this? Can we do that? And I kind of had to reflect a bit and realize I don't always have to turn to go to something else to fulfill that part of me, putting a Band-Aid over whatever pain, I deeply feel like I understand now people who struggle with addiction, people who are in the situations that they are and stuff like that because of this. The pain can feel so deeply that you want to immerse yourself. You want to subdue your eyes. You want to put a blindfold over yourself to not really endure what's going on. But I don't know, that saying, oh, whatever doesn't break me makes me strong. It's whatever, but I think it's beautiful knowing that what's happening to you right now is for the better. Whatever it is, Now, in doing so, oh my fucking God. I definitely think I should take this sweater off. I don't know. He left, though. I also had the chance to realize that I was submersing or putting away the pain, storing the pain away of my grandmother passing. I guess I didn't process it enough because around the time that everything was happening, that my grandmother was passing away, I was working. And I was just finally getting back on my feet, getting all my bills in order, trying to do the things, trying to make myself happy, trying to fulfill myself. But I was dealing with everything else that was going on around me, trying to help my mom. Because at the end of the day, I didn't really feel I should have any emotions towards the situation because I'm not the only one involved. I feel like I'm the kind of person that if it's not only about me, I shouldn't even care. But I am 4 months in to this grieving process and I'm realizing I'm allowed to feel however I want. And this happens to me very often. When somebody close to me passes away, I always feel like I don't have the reasoning or I'm not allowed to cry or have any kind of emotions, It's just how I feel. But I'm starting to give myself the understanding that me comforting somebody else, that part of me doesn't have to only be for other people. I can use the comforting to myself. I was put on this earth, sure, to help people, but not only. I have my own tasks to fulfill. I have myself to be there for. Hey, shoot. Okay, let's see how many we got. That lasted 1 minute. I am trying my hardest to just be there for myself. And that involves understanding that my grandmother passed away, who also happens to be my mom's mom. And she's allowed to have her feelings, but I have mine as well. One of the things that saddens me the most is a lot of music that I listen to. I would love to just like ask her if she knew it. But it crossed my mind during the same train of thought that it's probably her who showed me the song, like sent me the song, you know? It doesn't have to be such a sad part. But then again, that's me trying to find a way to get out of my emotions. So I'm telling myself like, oh, like this is so sad. And then I find the solution to it like, oh, but she sent it to you, so don't be sad about it. If you're sad, feel the sadness. I remember when I found out that I did an episode on it, that emotion is just the energy that's in motion. And if in the moment I feel sad, just feel sad. And if I feel happy, to feel happy. Even now today, as I was getting ready to film this episode, I constantly remind myself over and over, like, I don't need to keep worrying about what I'm going to wear, what I'm doing, what I'm la 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 la. Sit right now. What are we doing right now? We're doing our hair, so just do your hair. You're putting on lotion. Just worry about putting the lotion on, girl. Trying to preoccupy your mind and going so far has only created a lot of stress for me. I also saw that I might have diagnosed myself with OCD. Like I was recording myself. I was trying to take a video so that I could screenshot a picture from it. And I did some weird thing with the knob, and I was just like, wait a minute, like this makes sense if I have OCD. I'm very particular with the things that I do. I have to do certain things a certain way, like all of the, generic things. I wouldn't necessarily go to a doctor to get a diagnosis, because I feel like now that I understand this, I can take it easy on myself and just understand that my brain is trying to fix itself in some way, somehow. There was a trigger. Actually, in one of the classes that I take, it's an abnormal psychology class. We talk a lot about all the types of mental illnesses that there are in the world, and we have talked about OCD. I didn't really pay attention much to it because I'm like, I know that there's people worse than me. Girl, you are still allowed to have your own diagnosis if you are. Okay, you might be at the tail end of it, but at the same time, like, you still got it. Because I'm broke and somebody else is broke. Like, no. Oh, I'm rich, somebody else is richer. No, you're rich still. That doesn't take away the fact, like, Jesus. I feel that in order to be successful, we have to go through the pain. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the moment. I mean, in the moment it's easier because it's the less time you take going through it and whatnot. But whenever you get the strength enough to be able to go through it, and actually sometimes I feel like you're stronger in the moment that it happens because you have all of those emotions that you can transmute into strength to get through that issue. But I feel that having gone through something kind of makes you successful, because later on, first you can teach people about it, but second of all, you already know how to maneuver it when it happens again, because most things happen often. For example, I feel like I'm living back in the same cycle that I was in like 2021, 2022, where for Mother's Day I got my mom a washer and dryer. This year I was about to do the same thing. I was in the process of moving at that time. Boom. I'm trying to do the same now. Like, it's just a lot of things that happened then or happening now, and I'm kind of going into them with a little bit more experience, a little bit more understanding. Also knowing that what happened in the past doesn't necessarily have to happen again. I can foresee those things coming because it happened to me then, so I know how to fix it now. But also just believe in myself, because I did do it one time, and I did kind of have imposter syndrome at the time when I had a lot of blessings going on. For example, I was graduating and I had all of the things that I wanted, and there was a part of me who just didn't feel worthy, who didn't feel like I deserved what I had. I just didn't feel good with it, I feel like it was all a facade. I feel like one day somebody was just going to come and just take everything away. And it wasn't one day. It took like 6 months. Like 6 months that were filled with me just trying to figure it out, but not necessarily figuring it out because I didn't figure it out. I relied a lot on people. I kind of kept trying to find myself in other people. Nobody was really there for me the way that I expected that to happen. And now when the same situations are happening to me again, I'm looking for myself to take me out of these things. I'm looking for Sydney, the mastermind, the Miss knows it all, the Miss I got every answer for everybody. Let's see, do you have the answers for yourself? Can you do this for you too? You know, like, it's only as good as you can do it for yourself to anybody else. And I kind of always struggled with, you know, I'll plate food for people and I'll give them the nicer looking plate than myself. I'm just not selfish, sure, but at the same time, like, I can give myself the same level of respect. I don't just have to give, you know, everybody else the nice shiny things and give myself the freaking second hand battered up one. That's not fair to me. I deserve a good, nice looking one too. And that can go for everything. I've tried to put people first because I feel that that's what humanity is, but it's really not. It's the opposite way. Me bettering myself betters other people. I am an example to other people. We are examples to other people. You lead by example. Nobody will believe anything you say that comes out of your mouth if they don't see that you've had it or that you've done it. I, for one, listen to what people have to say because a lot of things for me click with words. I don't necessarily care about what I see, but I do put two and two together. Like, if you do say, oh, you know, this is how you became the funniest person in the world, I will see, like, oh yeah, I do laugh with you often, you know? So I kind of get that point, but it does get to a certain extent. Like, you kind of need to have the resume of the things that you're talking about, you know? But I enjoy talking to people who anything. I just love talking to people. And that leads me to my next point, that my job was just no longer cutting it. Not in any, like, financial capacity. I mean, maybe not financially. Maybe I definitely do deserve more. I have a way better degree than just to be doing what I was doing at the time. But it served this point. I was happy. And yeah, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And the universe will make sure that time is whenever it is. And it just happens. I was in the Dominican Republic, fulfilling one of the goals that I've had my entire life that I never really put at the forefront, you know. As I was in DR with my brother and I was reflecting about, like, our life and everything, I had remembered that I had told him I would take him on a nice, beautiful vacation. I didn't remember that for years. Like, that just, like, went by the wayside. I didn't even think twice about it. And then whatever, it was our spring break and he's graduating, I'm graduating, and I just said, like, let's do it. It didn't necessarily have to be a cause. If he wasn't graduating and neither was I still probably would have done it. But I took him on a nice vacation, and during the vacation I had a lot of tower moments. A lot of things started crumbling down. Like, my relationship with my father went to nothing, you know. Like, all the years that I had worked on fixing my daddy issues, on all of the years that I had of forgiving somebody, it doesn't go away, the forgiveness and stuff, but the respect does, you know. Somebody who has mistreated you, you don't really allow them to come back to your life so easily. You don't allow them to play such a big role in your life. And I kind of realized that people are going to do what they want to do, and people, if they want to change, they will. It's about how strong your willpower is to get through what it is that you want to. There's a lot of things that he's doing that I don't agree with and that are actually impactful towards me in my life and take me back to a place that I don't want to be in, and I need to protect myself and keep myself away from it. I don't necessarily agree with anything that he's doing at this moment, so I will just remove myself. So that was one thing. My job, I just crumbled. And it was just like, okay, like, I got to get through it. At one point, I couldn't stop crying. Like, I was just talking and my tears were just flowing. And I'm like, I'm like, okay, my grandmother, now my dad, now my job. Like, okay, the universe is removing all the things that are not for me at this moment, and I just gotta let it be. I don't ever try to force things anymore. Like, no, but this needs to be this way. No, I'm fine. Like, I don't necessarily want to say fine, because it is a word of not being fine, actually. But I'm okay. Even though I feel like without a job, like I've been without a job now since I came back from DR. Like, we have 2 days, because normally I wouldn't have gone into work on Monday. So, what is today? Thursday? Oh no, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3 days. Today is like, I just feel like every day I'm like, I need to work. Or not, I need to work. I have things that I want to get done. And I'm like, how do I get these things done when I had a job? Like, it was just, I had less time to do them and I was doing them. I just have a lot of things that I got to get through. I'm not in no rush to find a job. If I find one now, great. And if I don't, great. Like, I know my job will come when it needs to. I'm not in any rush by any means. Okay. Great. I feel that I might need to rest. I feel that I need some time to reconsider, put back the pieces, get my plan back going. Just do the things that I've been pushing back, because I've been pushing everything to the side, because Monday through Friday is work. And when do you have time to think about anything else? One thing that I can say is that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I've come to understand that because of the experiences, obviously, that I've had. And I know that nothing lasts forever. So if my moment right now is to rest, I will rest. That's it. I'm not trying to force anything, make anything happen. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not trying to play chess with the universe. Like, if this is what's to be, it's to be, and that's it. If I got to go through this period without my father, without my job, great. I had an amazing time, though, in DR with my brother. I was kind of surprised that he was so chill and laid back. Like, he didn't want to do any excursions. I showed him all of them. Like, we went to, those people that like tell you about all of the excursions. He didn't really care for, I wanted to go to the water park. He didn't really want to do that either. He just wanted to hang out. And it kind of made me see him in a different light. He's not that little kid that I used to take with me every single where that I wanted to go. Camelback, Poconos, the park, the pool, Highbridge. Like, he's gonna do what he wants to do. And he's older now, so he has a life where he is busy often. He's constantly occupying his time with sports and school and hanging out and being a brother, being a son. So I was very surprised that he didn't want to do any of those things and like have fun. He just really wanted to relax and let his mind go, which I think is beautiful. I didn't necessarily think that we were going to argue, so I'm not really going to say I'm surprised we didn't argue, because we don't really argue. If we argue, it's because of me. Mostly, I'm usually like, you didn't. I argue with people because I usually have like expectations for them that they don't know about. So I've kind of let that go. On other news, I don't know if anybody remembers, but I got these 2 forever bracelets. On one hand, they are permanent jewelry, so they never come off. And one of them actually popped off. I have no idea where or when. I'm pretty sure it happened yesterday sometime, but I don't remember if the day before yesterday was on, so I don't really know when exactly it happened, but it did. I don't know which bracelet it was, like who it was that I got it with, because I got it with 2 separate people on this hand and then somebody else on this hand. I feel okay, though. I'm happy that I'm able to express myself right now. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I just didn't really give myself the time, or I didn't really find the time. If you take anything, though, from this episode, I really need you to understand that whenever you're going through something and your first instinct is to do something else that's not to fix the pain or whatever, that's not to have a solution. Because sometimes we think that pleasurable thing is to fix the situation, and it's really not. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do this, and then I'll, like, no, don't put it off. Just deal with it. Obviously, you don't have to do anything that you don't want. But at the same time, don't prolong things that are going to ruin you in the end. The longer you take to get rid of something is the longer you take to put something back in that point. And yeah, man, your girl's graduating. It's her birthday coming. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be back, doing the things that I actually like doing. Not just because I get paid for them. But it's fun. As always, I'm going to give you the definition of pain and pleasure. The definition of pain is physical suffering or discomfort caused by illness or injury. Careful effort, great care or trouble. Oh no. Cause mental or physical pain too. It pains me to say this. What is the medical definition of pain? An unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with actual or potential tissue damage or described in terms of such damage. Okay. Whatever that means. Let me see. I kind of like an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience. I like that. It is an unpleasant moment. I was like deeply pained when I found out what my dad was doing. Like deeply. It felt like somebody had just like taken a dagger through my heart. Not even my heart, just anywhere. I felt pain, like literal pain. Like I just started crying. Like my first reaction was to cry. I didn't even think. The tears just fell out of my eyes. And as we continue talking about the situation, well, I talked about the situation. I was crying about it. So there's that. Now, what's the definition of pleasure? I don't know where we're starting from, but in the context that we're talking about in pain and pleasure, satisfaction to satisfy yourself coming from the pain that just happened. It's kind of what we're doing. We're trying to satisfy that open wound, that like little paper cut, but I think we should try satisfying the debt. How what is that word? When you fulfill you fulfill a debt. You've paid all, you've zeroed out your balance. And now you necessarily don't owe anything to anybody. So great, cool. Let's do that. When going through an emotional, an energy that is in motion, a moment, I guess we got to try to satisfy it by doing something productive to it. It's not productive to go get high when you're going through something. Obviously, we know that. But we still do it. So it's not that obvious. And I think the moments that you think that you don't have the withal to deal with certain situations, that's actually the moment that I feel that you do. You're coherent to even think that you don't know. So you might know. And I think whatever it is that you're putting off, sometimes, for example, like if I don't necessarily film when I want to film, let's say I said I wanted to film on a Wednesday and I didn't get around to doing it, I probably wasn't ready to do so. But sometimes when I say like, oh, I want to go to the supermarket, whatever, and I don't do it, you're lazy. You know what I mean? We can find something else to fulfill that. I don't necessarily always try to talk in a philosophical way. I just sometimes feel like, obviously I'm talking to myself right now, right? I don't know who's listening. but I talk to myself, and this is the way that my brain understands things. So I apologize if I don't fully go in depth so that you understand me if you don't. Sometimes I say a couple words and I'm like, all right, is everybody gonna understand what I'm saying? I guess if they do, they do, and they don't, they don't. And it wasn't for them to understand. I can't keep trying to fit a mold for people. Also, that was something I read too the other day, that it was like, I can't incomplete myself to complete you. I've done that many times in my life. I've given my plate of food to somebody, like, I don't know if that's an exact example. I'm not saying that's an example of what it would look like, but I don't know if I've done that, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm excited for this next chapter of my life. I'm happy to have ended one, started another. There is merch coming soon. There's a song Travis Scott has. Oh my God, wait a minute. So do we all remember that I used to like show you guys songs here and there? I say that in every episode, and I go show you a song. Anyways, here's a song that I am currently obsessed with. Shout out to my mom for putting me on. This song is by an artist called Bob Seger, and the song is called Turn the Page. And this is the live version. I haven't heard the studio version yet. I've just been infatuated with the live version. I think it's beautifully written. And he might be talking about, he is talking about his personal experience. That's what we all talk about, is our personal experience. But I feel that it can go to anything. It can translate onto anything else. It's transparent enough that you can put it towards your life. So in the song, he says he's getting on the road again. He's up on the stage playing a star. Well, that for him can mean exactly what he's doing. He's been an artist for however many years, and he's doing what he needs to do. For me, though, getting back on the road again is like getting back onto what I want, on the road to my life, on the path that I felt was for me. Now, I don't necessarily feel like I'm meant to be this humongous podcaster, YouTuber, even though at some point I did. But I feel like if it was to be, it would have happened by now. But that's not even the point. The point is, I feel that I have truth to share, so I think I need to, and that's why I do it. I'm not necessarily looking to be the biggest. I'm just saying that it's not something that it's on my mind as much as it was at one point. Like, I need to do this to reach more people and whatever. No. You say what you need to say and let the universe take care of the rest. Anyways, up on the stage now. Up on the stage is like, again, I am on my graduation stage. I'm graduating again. I am up on the stage of what's to come next. Like, this is the vision I have. You're on a stage and it's an award ceremony kind of thing, and they're like, okay, or not even like the Harry Potter thing. Wow, that's so crazy. This is my favorite Harry Potter blanket, by the way. I have another one too. It's maroon, but I like the black one better because it's just clean. I love the maroon one though, but this one I feel like goes better against the green. Anyways, you know how they're gonna tell you what house you're going into, whether it's Hufflepuff, Slytherin, whichever. I'm there, and I'm now gonna decide where I'm gonna go next. Like, which door am I going to open next, right? I've opened the door of 9 to 5, let's say. I've opened the door to other things, whatever. Now I get to open the door to something else. So I'm on the stage opening another door. I'm heading somewhere else. So I'm going to play a little bit. I just, sometimes I could get copyrighted. That's why I don't play the whole thing. But I always encourage you guys to listen to the song. Might not be your vibe, but it might be your vibe. Again, the song is Bob Seger, Turn the Page. When you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do. Where he says when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, that's like when you're in the lobby of, the dentist, let's say, and you're waiting to go next. And you ain't got nothing to do, but you just gotta wait. That's what I feel like the process of like going into your next chapter of your life is. Like, you're in this limbo phase. 16 hours, you don't know what else to do. There's nothing for you to do but just to sit there and wait. You kind of wish this part was over, but this part is mandatory to get you to that next part. You can't just go from one thing to the next without there being a transition, you know? You don't just you don't get to the airport and get on the plane. You go through TSA, and even if we didn't have TSA, you still have to go inside the building, scan your boarding pass. Let's say there was no TSA. You scan your boarding pass, and then you get on the plane. That's your waiting period. Those are your 16 hours. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's not. But 16 hours, I feel like is a perfect time, because I've done 16-hour drives before, and it's like, wow. You know, it's not too much, but it's not too little. It's not little enough to say like, okay, it's whatever. But it's not too much to say I would never do that again. You know what I mean? I would constantly go through this limbo phase over and over in my life just to get to the next part that I've always gotten to. I have the faith in myself to know that where I'm going to next right now is going to be phenomenal, because I just know. I saw this post the other day on Instagram. It was like, is it the climb or the destination? And they were like, it's the protect that you wear to get to the destination. And it's like, that's true. You know, just have your thing. If you like to read your books, if you like to listen to your music, then you do all of those things while you wait. That's all you got. All right, I'm gonna skip to my favorite part of the song, because, you know, I always like to show you guys that part. It's just beautiful, phenomenal. 10 out of 10. I would recommend everyone to listen to this. Oh, and yeah, what else do I have to chit chat with you guys about? Love yourself, as always. Choose yourself, as always. If you're stuck between doing something for you or for someone else, do it for yourself. It will benefit the other person, I promise you. And don't put limitations to yourself. Reach your potential, babe. You got a lot of it. Go get it. Go live it. Go be it. Go do it. Just do it. If you like this video, please don't forget to like it. Don't forget to comment on it. And don't forget to subscribe if, you know, you like the vibes over here. Let me know if you guys like this scenery today. Let me know what your favorite color is. I'm really into the purples, the yellows, the orange, the greens these days. I like pink too. I'm not necessarily wearing, I mean, I did wear a lot of pink the other day, but I don't really own like a pink shirt or something like that, you know, for me to be wearing it. But yeah, I'm appreciative of you watching this video. Thank you so much for getting this far. You mean a lot to me. I hope this helps you some way, somehow. Send it to your bestie if they need to. Oh my God, that's an actual beat. Send it to your bestie who never listens to you and you have all the right answers. She just tells you, you don't know what you're talking about. Block that beat. Blogger. I love you so much. I hope your day is beautiful. I hope your month is beautiful. Can't wait for May. Thanks for listening. I'll see you and you in the back soon. Tum 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 tum. Yeah.